One of the things a lot of people say when buying software is that although they don't want to buy perhaps 5 returns, making the top-up option ideal for them, they also aren't in a position where they need the software that is limitless with our integrated range. And therefore we've come up with some very definite offers for people who perhaps have 10 corporate clients. If you have 10 corporate clients, all you want to pay for is 10 sets of accounts and 10 uses of a corporation tax return software. For £225 plus VAT, that's exactly the product we sell. On these special offer pages, you will find details of our smaller packages that allow people to use just the returns they need and not have to pay for the full unlimited use products that we also offer. To take you through that product, I'll move you over to Sarah Murray, who'll be able to explain in some detail exactly what those products offer.
To use the Absolute software, you need to double left click on the Absolute icon, and this will take you into Client Base. To add a new client, you would click on Edit in the top left-hand corner of the screen and then select New Client. This would then blank out the window here. You need to go through and enter things like client code, business name, address, etc. Once you've done that, the next thing that you need to do is click on the Business button and select which type of client it is. So for example, if it's a limited company, you would select limited company from the drop down. You would then go through and set up the directors as individual in their own right, and then go through, hit the directors option and add those directors so that they then become linked to that limited company. Once you're happy with that, you then click OK and say yes to save the changes. To open the accounts program, you just highlight the client that you wish to work on and click on accounts in the top left hand corner of the screen. This will bring up a list of the accounts that you've already completed. So you just highlight the year that you wish to work on and then click OK. If it's the first time that you're using the accounts package, it will just take you straight into the accounts program. So this is the accounts program. Once you're in here, the first thing that we recommend is that you go to the client data tab and just check what's pulled through from Client Base is correct. So if you click on Edit Common Data within here and then go to the period tab, you can check the period, or if you wish to alter it, if you just click on the edit option and you can amend the year end, or if it's longer or shorter than 12 months, you just enter the number of days in there and then click OK. We've then got a roundings tab. Within here, the default roundings within the software are code 4000, which is sales, and code 1400, which is bank. The program can calculate depreciation if you wish. To do that, you just need to tick the auto calculate box, enter the relevant percentage, and then select the depreciation method and then click OK. Next, we'd recommend you go to Edit Limited Company Data. So within here, if you go to the Offices tab, as you can see, these will have pulled through the offices that you set up within Client Base. You've then got the shares. So you can enter A, B and C shares, or if you've got any more than that, you'd then need to complete that through the All Shares tab. You've also then got the Directors Report. Within here, you need to enter a date that the client signed the Directors Report, the person that signed it, and the position that they hold. Again, you've got the Balance Sheet tab. Now you can have up to 3 people sign in the balance sheet within our software. So you just have the director there, and then the position that they hold, and then the date that it was signed. Once you're happy with that, just click OK. The next thing that you do within the software would be to go to the Financial Data tab. So there's several ways that you can get data into our software. You could import a trial balance, say from Excel, or you could import from something like Sage Line 50, or you can directly enter the trial balance into our software. To do that, you would click on Add Data Source, select the type of journal, so if I select trial balance entry, and then click OK. And then it's just a case of going through and making your postings. So for example, code 4000, I'm going through and just posting my debits and my credits. So if I click on this line here, you'll see a square with 3 dots. If you click on that, this will then give you the chart of accounts. So we don't recommend that you add any codes into our software because the codes are tagged. So if there's something that you can't find within our software, highlight it, click on edit, and then you can just amend the description. Once you're happy with that, if you just click OK, and that will then make the journal. Once you've done that, you then go to the trial balance tab. So anything that's highlighted in blue on the left hand side of the screen means that you can actually drill down on it. So for example, if I click on code 1070, I can see that there was a journal made. If I then click on it again, it actually takes me back to my posting window, shows me the code that it was posted to and the amount. And you could actually just change the figure here, click OK, go back to the trial balance tab, and it would automatically refresh those entries. Once you're happy with the trial balance, you would then probably want to view the full accounts. So to do this, you would click on the Final Accounts tab and select Full Accounts. So this is going to run a set of full FRS 102 accounts. As you can see, all of the tagging is done automatically within our software. So anything that's highlighted in blue means it's tagged for IXBRL. So if I'm just scrolling through, just looking at the accounts, if there was any amendments that you wanted to make in terms of disclosures or notes or policies, this would all be dealt with via the Disclosure Formatting tab. So if I click on here, you can go through and you can edit the notes, or you can edit the policies, or you can add your own notes or your own policies. Once you've done those changes, if you click back to the Final Accounts tab and then run the full accounts again, this will then pick them up and just run a set of FRS 102 accounts. The software also produces accounts that can be filed to Companies House. You will need to have set up an account with Companies House, as they will provide you with a separate presenter ID and password. But once you have done that, you'd simply click on the Final Accounts tab, select Reduced Accounts, and this would then run the reduced accounts on screen. Again, just scroll through and you can see that anything that's in blue means it's been tagged. To file the accounts to Companies House, you would just click on e-file and transmit. It would ask you to enter your presenter ID and authentication code along with the company authentication code. Once you've got those entered, just click OK. And as you can see, this has now been filed to Companies House. Whilst this has been filed to Companies House, they haven't yet confirmed whether these have been accepted or rejected. So as it says, after 2 to 3 hours, you would need to go back and click on e-file and then check for response, and it would tell you whether they've been accepted or rejected. So once you've filed those, I'm just going to rerun the full accounts again and then click on the tax icon. And what this will do will be load the corporation tax return. Before it comes up with that screen, it will ask you to enter any capital allowances. So you can either enter them or you can just click OK here. And this will then bring up the adjusted profit window. So the adjusted profit window is automated. So it will have pulled through the figures automatically for you from the accounts program. If you did want to make any changes, you could either make them back in the accounts program or you could overtype the figures here and they would be retained. Once you're happy with that, just click OK. So I'm going to select the CT600 from this screen, click OK, and this will now load the corporation tax return. So as you can see, all of the figures will have been completed based on the entries made in the accounts program. So at this stage, all you're really doing is just going through and making sure that you're happy with the figures. Once you've done that, if you click on the paperclip in the top left-hand corner of the screen, you will see that it will automatically have attached the accounts and the computations for you. So what I would recommend that you then do is hit the computation, make sure that you're happy with the computation, and then file the whole thing to HMRC. To do this, just click on FBI Transmit, and a window would pop up saying, would you like to transmit, yes or no? You just say yes, click OK, and file the whole thing to HMRC. And the whole screen will complete with either the acceptance or the rejection. We recommend that you print off the receipt so that you've got a hard copy. You can then go to the log tab and you will see that it will show you the date that the client was accepted. If you close back to client base, what will then happen is when this is in live mode, all of the deadline dates will automatically be updated as well. If you'd like any further information, please either email sales@absolutetax.co.uk or call us on 01869 255 797.